what is your biggest challenge before engaging Math Coffee?
So I think with respect to because my elder son used to be your student as well, and he's right now in Polytechnic. So current student with you is actually Audrey, my second daughter, who is actually in Step 4 this year. So I sent her to Math Coffee, right? It's during the time when she's really struggling in math. So typically she's not really that easy to pick up math concept, especially I realized that when she's doing the different questions, right, she gets stuck at the questions for a very long time. So that kept me thinking that maybe she doesn't really understand at all math concept, and she doesn't really benefit much from the school lessons as well for the different reasons that could be. So which is why I sent her to Math Coffee. And I know that, with math as a subject, right, it's very important to get the concept clarified, because no matter what, if the concept is not clear, then even if you get the child to keep practicing, she also won't benefit and do well. Yeah.
So what is the biggest change or transformation you see in your child after Math Coffee?
I think to be very practical, it would be like comparing her latest results, which is the end of year in Sec 3 last year. She actually got an A1 for her end of year paper for AMath, and then just term 3, the paper before the end of year paper, right, she actually had a C5. So that was a very huge jump. I'm not really sure what happened in between, but I think, it is really a very clear indication that she's really benefiting from the math lessons. Yeah.
So how valuable is this change or transformation worth to you?
Definitely, because for my child, right, I really don't set too high a standard or expectations for her. But I felt like, she has a lot of potential to do well in her exams. So if by end of Sec 3 she can do well, it really served as a confidence booster for her to start this year as she prepared for her O-levels. So I'm very glad that, last year in Sec 3, she ended the year with great results for her AMath paper. So it also tells her as well that, in Sec 4, she can actually have a lot of confidence. She can set a goal for herself, right, that is not too difficult to achieve. So I think it's a very good stepping stone, for Sec 4.
So what concerns or doubts do you have before engaging Math Coffee, especially its online lessons?
Actually, to be honest, before engaging Math Coffee, I would say that it's not really something of a concern for Audrey, because I have seen improvements as well for my first child who actually get enrolled in Math Coffee. So the most concerning part is always that online lessons, because this is a very new concept to me during that time, like about 3-4 years ago when my first child signed up. I always felt like online lessons is not that engaging. And for students, definitely need to have that face time, with the teachers in order to benefit from the lessons. So having seen the changes and improvements in my 2 kids, right, who are actually enrolled to Math Coffee, I feel like they do benefit. And especially for Audrey, she is a very independent learner. For her having online lessons, I think it really fits into what she's looking at. It reduces her commuting time as well, to having to take public transport to attend tuition lessons and then to come back home. All this will take up a lot of time, especially since, for Sec 3, Sec 4 students, they have so hectic, a school curriculum. So I think under your, lessons, enrolling into Math Coffee, I think Audrey is very happy. It does, give her more time to rest and to prepare for the lessons as well.
What do you like most about Teacher Kangie?
I think Teacher Kangie is a very honest, who you see is who you get kind of person. So one thing for sure, right, Teacher Kangie is it's not lenient at all. I could see that, in the different interactions, and messages that you send to me as a parent to keep me updated. The feedback that you give are very honest. But, during times when my kids did not complete their homework or maybe are not really performing well during that particular lesson, I think I get that update very fast. But the messages that Teacher Kangie send to me, right, are always, ending with like how both parent and teacher can actually do or cooperate to help this student to overcome their challenges. So I think this is something that I really like about Teacher Kangie. Teacher Kangie see this entire tuition journey, right, as a partnership with parents. So I really appreciate about that. Unlike, some tutors, maybe, job ends when the lesson ends. But for Teacher Kangie, it's definitely not. So I appreciate that, passion and that commitment that you actually put in, for the students that you are coaching.
Why would you recommend Math Coffee to other parents?
One thing I always mention when I am recommending Math Coffee to my friends is that, first thing I always ask them about their kids. Are they actually independent learners? do they generally truly want to improve in the subject? Because I think it's important to find students who really want to improve rather than students who like forced by their parents to attend math tuition. Because for online lessons especially, I feel once again to emphasize that they are really, really very suitable for independent learners and as well as students who want to do well in the subject. So I mentioned earlier on, online lessons with Teacher Kangie, does help to reduce the commuting time compared to attending a lesson that is conducted at a physical place or facility. Secondly is that, the students right now are having very hectic schedules in their school. So all these criteria actually matches what I'm looking at, for a tutor for my child. So I think if these are the things that parents are looking at right now, so definitely I feel that Math Coffee is right, for them.
So is there anything else you would like to add?
Nothing more than what I mentioned earlier on, but it's really, I think I mentioned before, that Teacher Kangie actually is a tutor, is a teacher that is, not just teaching students, but I always feel like, through your updates on your social media pages, right, you are actually someone who go beyond, who go the extra mile, who see yourself as a coach, to the student, not just, specific to the subjects that you are teaching, but also giving a lot of encouragement and life lessons, to your students as well. So I really appreciate you for being the tutor that you are. And I think, you really redefine what a tutor is, for my children. So I think, it's really appreciative of that.